Hello again, my dear students. Welcome back to the Speak Easy English show. And before we begin today, I want to say something from my heart. Happy New Year to you. A new year means a new beginning, new courage, new confidence. And if English felt difficult last year, that's okay. We start fresh. Together. In the last episode, we talked about fear of speaking English, and today, like we do every day in class, we take one small, safe step forward. Today's question is very simple. How do I start a conversation in English? And I'm not alone today. Jessy is here with me.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm really happy you're here with us today. And don't worry, starting a conversation is much easier than you think.
Almost every day, really, almost every day, a student looks at me and says something very honest. They say, I know English words. I understand English when I listen. But when it's time to speak, my mind becomes blank. And when I hear that, I don't get surprised. I don't feel disappointed. I smile. Not because it's funny, but because I understand that feeling very well. You see, this doesn't mean you are bad at English. It doesn't mean you are slow. It doesn't mean you are not intelligent. It simply means you are human. When we feel nervous, our mind tries to protect us. It says, what if I make a mistake? What if they laugh? What if I sound silly? And suddenly, even simple words disappear. That happens to everyone, even people who speak English well, even teachers, even me. So if this happens to you, please listen carefully to this part. Nothing is wrong with you. This fear is not a problem. It's just a sign that you care, and caring is a good thing.
Yes, and I want you to know something important. The fear doesn't disappear all at once. It doesn't go away in one day, but it does become smaller every time you speak, even one word, even one sentence. When you say hello and nothing bad happens, your mind learns something new. It learns, oh, I'm safe. I can do this. And slowly, very slowly, the fear loosens its grip.
Exactly. Most students think the problem is English, but the real problem is the first sentence. Once that first sentence is out, the rest becomes easier. Not perfect, easier. That's why today, I don't want you to speak fast. I don't want you to sound fluent. I don't want you to impress anyone. I just want you to start. One word, one small step. Because confidence doesn't come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking. And I want to say this clearly from my heart. You don't need to be confident to speak. You speak, and confidence comes later.
And we are here with you while you practice. You don't have to be brave alone. You don't have to be perfect here. This is a safe place to learn. A safe place to try. A safe place to make mistakes.
So, if your mind goes blank sometimes, take a breath, smile a little, and remember, every student you admire today once felt exactly the same way you feel now. And they didn't quit. They just kept starting, one sentence at a time. All right. Let's slow everything down for a moment. Take a small breath. Today, we are not trying to be smart. We are not trying to be perfect. We are not trying to impress anyone. Today, we are just trying to start. That's all. You see, many students think speaking English means long sentences, difficult grammar, fast speaking. But real English, the English people use every day, starts very small. So today, let's keep everything easy and calm. You don't need big sentences. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need confidence yet. You only need one small word. Hello. Hi. That's it. And I want you to really hear this part. Saying hello is already speaking English. Saying hi is already a conversation beginning. You don't need more than that to start. Many students say, "But teacher, it feels too small." And I always say, small is good. Small is safe. Small is powerful. Because small steps are the ones you actually take.
Yes, and once that first word comes out, your body relaxes a little. Your shoulders drop. Your breath becomes softer. And if you feel comfortable, only if you feel comfortable, you can add just one small line. Not 2 lines, not a long sentence, just one. How are you? How is your day? That's it. And if you forget the next sentence, that's okay. You already did something important. You started.
Okay, Jessy, let's show them slowly. Not like actors, just like two people talking.
Sure.
Hi. Small pause.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good too.
And look at that, my friends. That's a conversation. No big words, no fast English, no stress. Just two humans being polite and kind. That's all English really is. Did you notice something important? We didn't speak fast. We didn't use difficult grammar. We didn't try to sound fluent. We just sounded normal. And that's the secret many students don't know. English is not about sounding perfect. English is about sounding friendly.
Yes, and friendly English is easy English. When you smile a little, when your voice is calm, people don't care about small mistakes. They listen to how you feel, not how perfect your grammar is.
Exactly. Let me tell you something very honest. Most people are not judging your English. They are thinking about their own problems, their own day, their own worries. They are happy when someone says hello to them. So when you say, "Hi, how are you?" you're not disturbing anyone. You're not being annoying. You're being human. If your heart beats fast before speaking, that's okay. If your voice feels shaky, that's okay too. You don't need to finish the conversation perfectly. You just need to start it. Because every time you start, your brain learns something new. It learns, I survived. Nothing bad happened. I can do this again. And confidence grows like that, quietly, naturally.
And remember, you don't have to talk a lot. Even one small exchange is success. Hi. Hi. That's already a win.
So, next time you want to speak English, don't plan 10 sentences. Just plan one word. Hello. That word opens the door. You decide later if you want to walk inside. And if you stop after that, you still did well, because you tried. I want you to know something before we move on. I see your effort. I respect your courage. Learning to speak a new language is not easy, but you are showing up, and that matters more than perfect English.
We're proud of you, really.
All right. Now, let's practice together. Before we speak, let's pause for just a moment. Take a soft breath in and slowly let it out. There's no rush here. No one is waiting for you. No one is judging you. This is your safe space. We are going to speak slowly, and we are going to speak kindly to English and to ourselves. So when you're ready, Repeat after us. Hello. Long, comfortable pause. Good. That was perfect. Not because it sounded perfect, but because you tried. Now once again, calmly. How are you? Pause. Very nice. Notice something important right now. Nothing bad happened. The world didn't stop. You are still safe. And that means you can do this again.
Yes, that was really good. If your voice felt a little shy, that's completely okay. Shy English is still English. Now, let's try one more sentence. Just one. And remember, you don't need to sound confident. Confidence comes later. So, let's try this together. Hi, how is your day? That was lovely. Really, you did a great job.
I want you to remember this moment. You just spoke English. You practiced. You didn't quit. That matters more than pronunciation. That matters more than grammar. Every time you practice like this, your fear becomes a little smaller. Your courage becomes a little stronger. And you don't need to practice for hours. 1 minute like this, every day, is enough.
Yes, small practice every day is how real confidence grows. Not fast, not loudly, quietly, naturally. By the way, if learning English like this feels comfortable to you, if you feel calm here, if you feel understood here,
please subscribe to the channel. Not because you have to, but because we practice together here. Step by step, day by day, just like a real class. You don't need to be brave all at once. Just show up, say one word, then rest. And tomorrow, you try again.
we're really proud of you. Keep going.
Let me share something real with you. Not from a book, not from a lesson plan, from a real classroom. One day, a student stayed back after class. She didn't speak much. She held her notebook close, like it was protecting her. And then she looked at me and said, very quietly, "I thought I needed perfect English to speak." When she said that, I could hear years of fear inside that sentence. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of being laughed at. Fear of sounding not good enough. She believed that English was something you earn after you become perfect, not something you practice while you were learning. So I asked her something simple. I asked, "Can you say just one sentence?" She looked nervous. Her hands were shaking a little, but then she said one small sentence. Just one. It wasn't perfect. The grammar wasn't perfect. The pronunciation wasn't perfect. But something beautiful happened. Nothing bad happened. No one laughed. No one corrected her harshly. The world didn't end. And in that moment, I saw something change in her eyes. Not confidence, not yet, but relief. The next day, she spoke again. Just one sentence. The day after that, another sentence. And slowly, very slowly, she started talking every day. Not loudly, not fluently, but honestly. And that's how her confidence grew. Not suddenly, not magically. It grew quietly, naturally, like a small plant growing in good soil.
Yes, and that's why one small sentence matters so much. People think change comes from big moments, but real change comes from small courage. One sentence can change how you see yourself. It can turn fear into curiosity, silence into voice. And once you speak once, you realize you can speak again.
That student didn't become confident overnight, But she became braver, and bravery always comes before confidence. That's why I tell my students this every day. You don't need perfect English to speak. You speak to learn English. So if you're listening right now and thinking, that student sounds like me, I want you to know something. You are not behind. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are just standing at the beginning. And beginnings are quiet. They are gentle. They are full of doubt. But they are also full of possibility. Before we finish today, let's slow down together. No rush, no pressure. Just a quiet moment to remember what we learned. You don't need to remember everything. You don't need to feel proud or confident yet. Just listen and let it settle. Today, we learned something very simple and very important. To start a conversation in English, you don't need long sentences. You don't need to speak fast. You don't need perfect grammar. You can begin with just one word, hello. That word opens the door. Or you can say, hi. That's also enough. And if you feel comfortable, you can add one gentle question. How are you? Or how is your day? That's it. Nothing more is required. And I want you to hear this clearly. If you can say these sentences, you can start a conversation. You don't need to say them perfectly. You just need to say them honestly.
Yes, simple English is strong English. Strong because it works. Strong because people understand it. Strong because it helps you connect. When you speak simply, you give your mind space to relax. And when your mind is relaxed, speaking becomes easier.
Sometimes students think learning English means learning more words every day. But often, real progress comes from using a few words again and again. Today wasn't about learning something new, it was about trusting what you already know, and that matters. If today you spoke just one word, that is progress. If today you listened and imagined yourself speaking, that is also progress. Learning a language is not loud, it's quiet. It grows slowly, like confidence. And confidence doesn't shout, it whispers.
So please, don't be hard on yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Don't think you're late. Everyone learns at their own speed, and you are exactly where you need to be.
As we finish today's class, I want you to remember this feeling. Calm, safe, capable. You don't need to carry English like a heavy book. You can carry it lightly. One word, one sentence, one small step. That's enough for today.
You did really well.
Take care of yourself. Be patient with yourself. And remember, simple English is not weak English. It is strong English. Before we say goodbye today, I want you to know something. I'm really proud of you. Not because you spoke perfectly, not because you remembered everything, but because you showed up. You listened. You stayed with us until the end, and that takes courage. Many people are afraid to even listen to English, afraid it will remind them of past mistakes, afraid it will make them feel small. But you stayed, and that tells me something important about you. It tells me you care. It tells me you're trying, and that matters more than perfect English ever will. Learning a language is not easy. It asks you to be patient with yourself. It asks you to accept silence, pauses, and mistakes. And today, you did that. So take a quiet moment and feel proud, even if it's just a little. You earned that feeling. Now, our question of the day. Which sentence feels easiest for you? Maybe it's hello. Maybe it's hi. Maybe it's how are you? Or maybe you're not ready to choose yet. And that's okay too. You don't need to write a long answer. You don't need to explain yourself. Just one line is enough. Even one word. This is not a test. It's just a small step forward.
Yes, and we want you to know something. We really do read your comments. All of them. Some comments are confident, some are shy, some are just one word, and every single one matters. When you write, you are not speaking into silence. You are speaking to people who understand exactly how you feel. You're not alone here.
If you feel nervous writing your answer, take your time. There is no deadline. There is no pressure. You are learning at your own pace, and that pace is right. And even if today you don't write anything, remember this: listening is learning too. Just being here is progress. So as you go back to your day, be kind to yourself. Speak slowly, in English and in life. Accept mistakes. Smile when you can. Confidence doesn't arrive suddenly. It grows quietly, when you least expect it. And we'll be here with you step by step, sentence by sentence.
We're really happy you're part of this learning family.
Thank you for learning with us today. You're doing better than you think. See you next time. In the next episode, we'll talk about something you do every day. Talking about your daily routine.
Very simple, very useful.
Until next time.
Be kind to yourself, keep practicing, and speak easy, my friends. Happy New Year again. This year, we grow together.